Howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to what is hopefully going to be a better day for me. And I have the fan on the window, fan on in the window, because I am too warm, and I'm wearing the shirt because I'm too cold. Simultaneously again. Yay, it's fun getting older. And I hope you are doing well. As stated, I did not do so well yesterday. Boy, oh boy, this arm. When I was at my appointment, I sat in the regular thing that I had to sit in, and then on the examination table, and then flat on my back, and then I was overusing my arm by using it like a normal person would beforehand, and then while I was out on the rest of my walk, and oh boy, the day afterward, it was bad. Yesterday, it was bad again. Hokey smokes. And in fact, it's not feeling good right in here. So I don't know how today is going to go. But it was bad. And if you watched my video yesterday, you saw when it went zap toward the end of the video. That was not good. So here's hoping nothing like that today. But when I sleep, I don't move. Nothing about me moves. When I wake up, everything is in the same position. My legs don't move, my feet don't move, my arms don't move, my hands don't move, my head doesn't move. It's just like I'm dead. I settle in, and then that's it until I wake up. But that is very painful at the same time because you need to move. When you sleep, you do make little micro movements periodically. You shift, you do stuff. You wake up just enough to do things, and then you settle back down into your sleep patterns. You never come to full awakeness, and you move. And I don't. I think one of the reasons I've been waking up with my arm hurting as well is when I'm going to bed, I get myself still all settled up with, I have a towel, that's the word, for underneath my neck, and then I have
power off.
A thing that I put underneath my arm as I sleep like this, because it props up my arm a bit so it doesn't just go flat and stress out my shoulder. I hate using my arm like a normal person would and then being punished for it. And I have my pillow set up so that it's holding up my right arm in the position that it has to be in so it doesn't hurt. Past week or so, I wake up, my arm is moved. No other part of my body, just my arm. And sometimes it's pulled up high, sometimes it's stretched out and weird, but I'm having muscle spasms that are, god damn. Remember how I said it sucks to use your arm like a normal person and get punished for it? I'm doing stuff with this arm while I sleep, probably because of the muscle spasms. I've been having massive muscle spasms the past couple days, especially because of any time I use my back or my body normally, this punishes me for it. I sit differently in a chair than I do when I'm standing up or I'm sitting in this chair. So I don't know what's going on with my nerves. I don't know what's going on with anything else, but it's been fun. Yay. Still though, I don't want to fixate on that, and especially since I needed to do some of the things that I want to else do. Stuff that I want to else do. Oh, I promise I can speak English properly. I am a native English speaker. I have gone to school when I was younger to learn how to speak English properly, as well as growing up around my parents and the rest of the country, which was, especially when I was younger, was intensely white in this area. Yeah, I'm a proper English speaker, but oh boy, gabapentin and more. Yay. Taking a look at my list though. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, there's a whole bunch of things, but one of the things, and I gotta use this arm now, this is gonna be fun, especially since as mentioned, I've been having microspasms and full spasms, where I can feel just the little things all pulling all the way up. I've been having microspasms for the past 2 days, and yeah, that would explain why my arm is so tired too. But I have mentioned before that there is this game, Ironsworn, and it's big if you just print it out on your own. And it looks extremely intimidating just by its size. But one of the nice things about it, when you open it up and look, or if you have the printed stuff, is it has fairly large text, and it's single column, and they are not stingy with breaking stuff up with graphics. So if they printed this up in a normal, like, 2-column fashion with a smaller number of illustrations, it would probably be like a 70-page book. Now though, it is big and there is a lot of information, and I had a second book there you saw. Come on. Okay, there is this one. Now the thing about Ironsworn is, it's not just one book that you buy. When you buy or you download, I can't remember if it's free or if you have, I think it's free, Ironsworn. So you don't even have to pay for that, but you pay for everything else, I believe. But it comes with a lot of other things to print out. That's a 230-page manual, which actually these days is pretty small, and I'll talk about that in a moment too, maybe. This is a reference book for that book. The game D100 Dungeon, people have taken it and made sheets where they've tried to put as much concise information on it as possible. The actual reference book part of that is a tiny little thing where it just has like the turn order. And then that's all you really need. Everything else is just, oh, that's nice. Here's the reference book for Ironsworn. Not a page, a book. Now, again, admitted, it's all, they have a general way to make things, but they broke their stance. It's still not huge text, big pictures, and it's double column. But it's a whole book, and there's cards, and there's other printouts, and I've used up almost my full $44 of printing already, because I got a lot of PDFs that through the months here, or however long I've been doing this, months, almost a year now I've been gathering up the RPG stuff. So, just use my arm like a normal person, I can do it. But one of the other things I wanted to talk about, because I brought out the Ironsworn thing, is with all my solo RPG stuff here, one of the big problems I have is a bigger thing that they use. Again, I stutter sentences now, have for a couple years, and with gabapentin it gets worse. My sincere apologies. I am suffering an issue that they talk about in marketing a lot. I have choice paralysis. I want to play Ironsworn, but if I play Ironsworn, then I won't be playing the other game that I want to play, Ancient Odyssey's Treasure Awaits. So I should play Ancient Odysseys, but if I play Ancient Odysseys, well, I've got 7 books in the D100 series. I should play that, shouldn't I? But if I'm playing D100 Dungeon, then I'm not playing 4 Against Darkness. And you see all this stuff here? I have got a lot of these notebooks that are just 4 Against Darkness, so I should play that. But if I'm playing 4 Against Darkness, I mean, then I'm not playing Note Quest. And Note Quest is good, and so I should be playing Note Quest. But I also bought the RPG Scarlet Heroes so that I could use that system and then get the monsters from the game White Box and then solo RPG the rules using like a GM emulator, like Gemulator or Mythic. But if I'm doing that, then I'm not playing any of the Mike Lambo books, so I should play the Mike Lambo books. And choice paralysis, I end up playing nothing. Luckily though, with who I am, where I am on the autism spectrum, what I like doing, just my wiring, there are 3 ways that I enjoy having some kinds of things like the solo RPG stuff. I like to have them because just owning and having it there is nice, and that makes me happy, just owning and having it there. And then being able just to pick them up and read the rules, because I'm always reading the rules. I always leaf through and I'm reading this. All the D100 dungeon books, they all have special little rules in them that I'm always trying to read up to remember. I enjoy just reading the stuff. Playing is at the bottom of the list. I enjoy playing the stuff, but it's not the major part of my pleasure to it. It's just a part of the whole for the entire bit of enjoyment. Yes, I want to play them. Yes, I do periodically play them when I say, you know what, I need to do this. And when I played 96 Quest on here on my table. So I do play them, just not as much as I would like. Same thing with Steam. I have thousands of games. You know how many I play? It's a rotation of about, right now, of about 1. And then GOG, I have about 600 games on that. You know how many of my GOG games are installed? 10. You know how many of those I play? So choice paralysis is a thing that everybody suffers, but oh boy. And of course, one of the things I wanted to talk about again, I was talking about with the doctor when I went to my appointment about how I've got the pains and stuff where it's all in just one general area, and I don't know if that's my kidneys or just there's a lot of things that can hurt in that area. One of the things he did was, as I was standing up, he smacked me in the back on the left and the right. And then when he was done, I was like asking what all was going on there, and he was checking for muscle trauma. And there was no muscle trauma pain on the side. So it might actually be like kidney or, you know, let's hope it's not cancer. What else do I have on my list? Yo boy. Here's a thing that's bad for me. The local pot shop that's been, you know, I think it's like half a mile. It's within the half mile to a mile. It's more than a half mile. It takes about 20 minutes to get. It's a distance, but it's in the range. It's in southern Cheltenham, at the top of the anyway though, southern Cheltenham. I walked up there just yesterday, and it shut down, closed until further notice. So I walked to Walmart, had to buy things there anyway, and on my way to Walmart stopped in on one of the other pot shops there and said, hey, I got a question. It's not about your business. You probably won't know. Have you heard anything on the grapevine? The shop up there is closed. Now, I don't know how and why and what goes on in business. One of the people there said that a person bought themselves a pot license and then bought the store that they already have. So I don't know, hostile takeover? Did the guy that was there, guy or gal, I don't know, just, was they offered money and went, okay, sure. Were they renting and then they bought the place? I don't know. But as the person there has mentioned, a lot of people have been talking about how the place that closed was the only place in town that was selling $30 ounces. I require cannabis for pain control. If I don't have it, I'm going to eventually be in a wheelchair at best and bedbound at worst. The price of my pain medication has now doubled from $30 an ounce to $60 an ounce. When the new place opens, if they don't sell $30 ounces again, oh boy. My not being able to do things is going to become the standard. Yay! Now let me take a look at over here. One of the things that still makes me laugh is when I don't know what I'd been thinking of, but I came up with a character talking to another character on a very existential level, just as a warning when they were about to head out to a place, as, be careful, there are things there. And that's so generic that it can be anything. Like, if you're talking about beings that have no real form, then yeah, there are things. There's solid stuff. Be careful. You're not used to it. Down to, be careful, there are things. Yeah, and you look out the window and you can see them, and they're big and they got teeth. So you want to be careful. So yeah, be careful. There are things there. Thumbs up for that. And I just want to mention, I have still been trying to think of things. I'd mentioned sometime back, so that there are probably very few, if any of you, that remember, that, like a cosmic horror thing, one of the things that I was thinking of is where, in an area, the water starts to move upward. It's not flowing downward into valleys anymore, it's flowing upward, like to the tops of hills. And if there's anything on its path, it flows upward and into the roofs and just waterlogs everything. Your houses get soaked from the inside. Everything is lost inside of this area, and they end up just having to fence it off, and then they guard it because things start being in there. I thought that'd be pretty cool as a cosmic horror type thing. Existential horror. Another thing I was thinking of that may seem too complicated, but as a whole process, I have been interested in this one. I've been thinking out what's going on in my head about it. I know I'm in 18 minutes, so it's going to be long, and this is going to be late anyway. But I was thinking that, like, in a 43-mile, not radius, but circumference, the radius being 23 miles, but it is a sphere, 13 miles in the area, above this semi-residential area, semi-urban, something happens. There's a bright sparkle in the air, and then suddenly everyone within this area underneath there, they can't leave. And that's bad, and there's nothing physical that's stopping them, but there's something that won't let them go through. Air is passing through, but not them. And then the ground starts pulling away in that radius of the, circumference of the sphere that is there. Starts pulling inward toward the center, which is being drawn upward toward this sparkle. And everything is just in this giant sphere being sucked inward toward it. Over a 12-hour period, it goes from perfect land. I've got a hair on either my glasses or my eyelash or my side of my face, and it's driving me nuts. I'm one of those people, I can't handle it. But it continues pulling away until, you know, like a few hours later, everyone's dead, because it's like a grinder as you get sucked into the center and then upward, where it gathers up into just a sphere where it's like compacted around a black hole that doesn't get sucked inward, just becomes a round sphere in the air. And people are wandering around going, what the hell is going on with this thing? Trying to study it, because it's just staying up there and nobody understands what's happening. So people go inward and try to study this big bowl underneath it, and then it's an indeterminate number of days later when there is a bright magenta flash. And when the flash settles out, the bowl is filled back up with land. Now this land that's there is, they can see just trees and stuff, but it's not just trees and stuff. I was thinking it's like one of the kind of like on the inside or the razor's edge. It is indeterminate until you go in and observe. And so people are trying to study and observe it to learn, but it is an existential thing. It is a existential horror, and that you just need a person, well, a being, an object, a location, or a situation that we cannot understand, simply existing or doing something in a way that we cannot comprehend, with little or no regard for human health or safety. A cosmic horror is more something that may or probably will end your world. An existential horror is generally something that may affect a few million people, may affect just one person. Maybe just an annoyance where you wonder what the heck happened. When it's done, it may be that they spend a few weeks picking up all the dried pieces of your corpse. You don't know, but something is taking a little time out of their day to fuck with you. And that's more of an existential horror. Now, an existential threat, of course, is something that, you know, could end your world again. Cosmic horrors are an existential threat. An existential horror just wants to fuck with you. I have not written anything up here. My arm, especially after the way I was throwing it around like an idiot at the beginning of this thing, really hurts. I have not written anything. My apologies, but thank you to each and every one of my Patreon patrons, anybody who has donated to my GoFundMe, and every single person who has in the past donated to my PayPal. It is greatly appreciated to no end. Definitely a thumbs up. Yay, and yeah, again, thank you so much. I'll do my best to thank each and every person that has left me comments in the past 24 hours. I'm going to try, and whether I take my glasses on or take them off, I can't see. So we have Jesse Koskinen, thumbs up, thank you. Always good to see you in the comments. And oh, I love the game Bolt Gunner. It just, I feel like a 1-ton beefy man when I'm playing that game. When you hit the ground, the way they shake the screen, the way they have that sound design, you can tell that when you hit the ground, that ground is shaken. I love the way they've done that. Then there is Chris Ryan. Yep, one beefy unit of a man. He's a beefy boy. And then there is, oh God. There is It's Relit, thumbs up, thank you. And oh boy, 90 degrees. Take care of yourself in the heat, please. There is SETHIMOTHY, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. The Nerds Loft, thumbs up and thank you. I've given you my email in the comments there. There is Jan, greatly appreciated. And hey, Dead Island 1 is a good game. I want my Xbox to get fixed so I can play it again. And then there is user with a whole bunch of wild letters and numbers after it. And the Emperor does protect. I am the point of his spear. Jason Cunningham, hey, good to see you in the comments. Hopefully you will continue watching. Definitely a thumbs up. And yes, everybody go check out Jason Cunningham and their channel. Definitely a thumbs up. And we have 77 Arcturus. Oh, and with Jan, yes, I do have a Steam wish list. My Steam name is Nearly Senior Citizen. So, you know, there is a Steam wish list. 77 Arcturus, again, thumbs up, thank you. And at Bullgun, oh, it's good being a beefy man. I like being a beefy boy. And again, the big difference between this game and other games like this, with the sound design and the visual effects they give, again, you have a presence in the world. You can tell when you hit the ground shakes. Yeah, you can go flying great distances. You're assisted by being a 1-ton mix of man and machine. Yeah, you can bounce with that power armor. And when you hit that sound design and the visual effects, you can tell that ground goes wham! I love it. I have never felt like a beefy boy in any of the games before. Every other game, you can bounce around and leap like a ninja because you're a light little person. No, in this one, you're a beefy boy. And then, of course, we have PIM and a bunch of other letters. Thank you very much. And that is it. Oh, well, there is Colin Poole. So, thumbs up. Who says they missed Meridian 59? Meridian 59 is still going as a game. It's still an active MMO. Check it out. So, thumbs up and thank you. So, thumbs up, each and every person that left me comments. It is greatly appreciated. I'm going to be taking a lot of today easy, but I can't take it all easy. I got to go trundling my walker up to Walmart so I can buy cat food. And this before noon. I don't know how hot it's going to be, but I bet it's going to be another scorcher. Thumbs up for that. I'm going to try and do past that the things that I can do. I want to record videos, of course, if I can. I mean, my hand, it feels 20 pounds heavy again today. So, yeah. I wish I hadn't been throwing it around like an idiot at the beginning of the video. It was hurting, so I should have been smart, but I wasn't. I am a human being. Thumbs up for that. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. And no fears, I'm going to be fine here. This will be fine. It's not a setback. It's not. I talked about yesterday how about, you know, if you are trying to get to like the, you know, the mythical center of your mental being, it's not a digital thing. It's not you're not there, you're not there. No, you get there and you drift and you work and you get there and you stay around and you're there and you're not and you work and you get back. It's hard to stay in the center. This isn't a setback. It's just another thing. Sure, it's sore. Sure, I got the springs. Sure, it's heavy. That's fine. It's just another day. Oh, here we are with the controller. And again. Gosh, darn it, I'm almost at a half hour. These are getting way too long, I think. Tell me in the comments if you watched this far. Tell me in the comments if I need to cut these back to 20 minutes again. Tell me in the comments if I'm just wasting my time doing all these. You take care and I'll see you.